Yo, what's up? It's your average gamer, the J-Man here. Welcome to my Extreme Rules review, and I've got some special guests with me.
What's up? It's IQ54
And
on.
Skinny Bone Jones. Oh, didn't mean to cut you off.
It's all good, man.
Yep, Skinny Bone Jones, Ryan, whatever.
And we're basically here to just talk about Extreme Rules. And we can't talk about it without starting with the pre-show match.
Yep, that was actually the TLC, I think it is.
WEELC.
That's it.
I didn't even know what that match was before.
Did I, it was actually considerably good.
Yeah.
For midget wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They had the whole gimmicks and everything. And the one thing I was confused about was when they called it WEELC, I was like, oh, so it's a mini TLC match. There's got to be something hanging above the ring. I was like, could they be bringing the cruiserweight title or something back?
But they did the old school TLC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had a feeling about that. That was honestly probably the only pre-show since like WrestleMania 29 that I found interesting.
Yeah.
I
guess
you could call it. It was pretty fun. It was definitely good on entertainment value.
Yeah.
So.
I'd definitely say that was the third best match of the night.
They had
I'd go out and say that because I know two other matches that were better than it, but the other matches weren't better than this.
I mean, it was good, but it was honestly just a whole gimmick. It wasn't like a technical match. It wasn't built to be, but
obviously it wasn't made to be like the best match ever.
It was a very entertaining match.
A lot of the spots I noticed were between Los Matadores and 3MB themselves, not really focusing on Hornswoggle and El Torito. Like the one moment I remember was when Los Matadores and two of the members went through the ladders and tables, and then Heath Slater went through tables and crazy.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, that match. Most people thought it was just gonna be a boring match, stupid pre-show match.
I thought that, but
don't judge a book by its cover, because you know that match was good, very good.
Actually, prior to the pay-per-view, I actually thought it was gonna be just like a waste of time.
Yeah.
But it wound up actually being quite entertaining. I really couldn't find any complaints to talk about it.
Yeah, it's not one of those matches where they botched spots. No, they did it. They did it good.
Speaking of botches, there was the ring announcer who was Hornswoggle.
I actually thought he did that purposely.
Well, and to be honest, that whole thing was uncomfortable because it looked like they were just taking a piss out of midgets, little people, and
that was the point of it.
But like, yeah, that's not funny, really,
dude. But people always tell them, give us back the Attitude Era. Well, they do something edgy, and then people complain. So they're giving us a taste of what we want, if that makes sense.
They're doing something with 3MB and Los Matadores instead of just giving us 3MB and Los Matadores, which everyone, you know, it'd be all over. Oh my gosh, the pre-show match, Heath Slater versus Fernando.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it in WWE fashion, they didn't just give us like a a little taste of it. They doubled it, made it. They got the commentators, everything. It was all very entertaining, in my opinion.
Yeah, and especially the commentators' names. I've forgotten most of them.
Micro Cole. It was
Micro Cole.
WeBL.
That's it. And Jerry, the Little King Lawler.
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, I think that's everything we need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Unless you guys want it. So I'd end with the match. I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. Why not?
I would say 7.5 just because it is midget wrestling. It isn't like
real wrestling.
I mean,
no.
It is. It's just I found it difficult to really take serious, if you feel me.
Well, yeah. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. All right. So, next match.
Yeah. RVD versus Cesaro versus Swagger.
Oh my gosh. Oh, my favorite. The King of Swing.
The King of Extreme.
Obviously, you can't have those sort of matches without a stimulation. Seeing as it's Extreme Rules, elimination, and you can't let Cesaro come out without Paul Heyman coming out.
This is true.
And you can't have Paul Heyman coming out without him mentioning the fact that his client, Brock Lesnar, defeated the Streak. And obviously, you know I'm a Taker fan, but I've gone over it and I've seen the funny side. So, whatever. I like it. I like what he does. I don't mind.
Just like Paul Heyman brought up, he is the greatest writer of all time. He can get a person over like nobody else can. And and if he keeps on putting emphasis on the fact that Brock did something that 22 other people couldn't do.
21.
22 because
10
WrestleMania
Big Show. 19, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
19.
But yeah.
Well, if you're going technical, then there's Triple H who had 2 shots, and Shawn. No, wait, Triple H didn't he have 3?
He had 3.
Kane
you know
had
what?
2.
You know what?
Shawn Michaels
You know
had
what?
2.
Just stop.
Let's stop getting technical and move on.
Yeah, let's just talk about the match. Yeah.
Before we go on, I actually think it should have been Kane to beat Taker.
Yeah.
Well,
right,
it would have made sense.
Yeah. Let's go on though to
the match.
The
match was it was a good match to start off the
it was a
pay-per-view.
It was a very good opener. I'm not really a Jack Swagger fan, but
he
impressed me tonight.
He didn't do his normal jobber stuff, so that's a start, I guess.
I hope he gets into the US title picture. That would actually make perfect sense. I actually I found it cool that if it's an elimination match.
Yeah, because elimination matches are kind of one of my favorite matches, to be honest. I'm always playing them on 2K14, so
yeah,
they're good. Of course.
But, anything that you wanna point out?
Well, I would like to point out the moment when Swagger got eliminated. I think the referee kind of forgot it was elimination.
Yeah,
and the commentators
botched it.
well.
Yep.
They kind of botched it.
Yeah, they all.
And I thought I was the only one. I'm the only one around these parts that can botch. So no one else can botch around here.
Yeah. I mean, there's really nothing to talk about. It was a good match, but nothing really popped out in my opinion.
Except the ending, I guess.
Yeah, that's the one part I remember is just the
RVD.
trash can.
RVD got his eye cut.
Oh, he did.
If you watched in the corner when they panned up to Heyman and RVD was walking down the barricade holding his eye, and the doctors had his gloves on and all that shit.
Yeah.
Well, it seems legitimate. Speaking, he did land on a trash can.
A cut open trash can. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, that match was okay. I think you guys have said everything you've wanted to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if I were to give it a score, I would give it. I gave the first match an 8 out of 10, which is kind of high. So I'd give this match like an 8.5 out of 10, I guess.
Really?
Or
you're being kind of generous.
I don't even know, to be honest. Probably like a 7.5. I don't know. Yeah, 7.5, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would personally say 6.75.
Yes, 6.5.
It was good, but like I brought up, nothing really popped out for me. So.
Yeah.
All right. Next match, I think it's
Rusev.
That's it.
Basically, Alexander Rusev versus 2-man. That's what I'm gonna say, because there's no point in saying Woods and R-Truth because it's long.
It was just one man though, because Xavier got the shit kicked out of him before the match started, and then
hang on,
he just gets R-Truth.
I actually think that Xavier actually got hurt though.
Yeah.
I think he blew something or whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
It was basically a one-on-one match, and
it was
we all knew the winner. We all knew who was gonna win.
It was a bathroom break match.
Yeah.
It
was a jobber match, basically.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of Rusev. I think he looks like an idiot. But I did find it cool that that Lana talked about Putin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
that was fun.
Controversial, I guess.
Yeah.
It's the Ukrainian stuff, but
yeah.
Whatever.
I mean it's not as bad as Undertaker putting on a what is it? Like the demon thing back in the Attitude Era. Crucify.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that. But
Yeah. That was
they
freaking wild, man.
They didn't say anything about Ukraine, so I guess it's not.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with that.
But
so
it definitely does.
But-
WWE, I guarantee.
all that does is just raises up his heelness
Yep.
in the company, and that's a
and it
good
worked.
thing.
Yeah.
And if I was to give a score for that match, well, there is no point of giving a score for this match.
4 out of 10.
Like, 3 out of 10. It wasn't a bad match. It's just
Meh.
it was meh. 3 out of 10. I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna totally botch this, but Nemanja, my score is 2.5. That I was doing like the Lana. I saw Lana and then I saw Xavier Woods and then I left.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, quick hashtag Lana legs. Yeah, that's it.
Hashtag
Next
anal.
match. Oh, this match. Yep, it got me pumped up.
Which match?
Bad News Barrett versus Big E.
Oh yeah.
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 It was a good one.
Yeah, the match was okay, I guess. It wasn't great, but it was okay.
I have a feeling that Barrett will bring prestige back to
The Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
He'll probably change it to the European Championship.
Think so?
That would
Well,
be nice.
That
Yeah.
would be nice.
That'd be freaking awesome,
Well,
actually.
All I have to say is that my man from England is bringing home the title. Hashtag God Save the Queen.
God save our queen.
I love
Alright.
it.
Bum 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 bum.
He's
His
bringing it home. Bringing
theme
it home.
song is so
Awesome.
generic. It
Oh, I love
kills
it.
me.
Oh, I really like
It's
his theme song.
generic as hell.
I only like it
So
because
is-
I hear it all the time.
Yeah,
That's why.
it's dreadful. So is the 3MB theme song. That's generic too.
That's rubbish. That's
That's
you.
hard.
Yeah, I don't like theirs.
But yeah, the match score for this match, because it was an alright match, I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
And I'll say 6.5.
For the fact of Wade Barrett coming out, or Bad News Barrett, I should say, coming out on top, and as me thinking ahead of what he can do with the Intercontinental Championship, I'm going to give it a 5.75.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. And the next match was, I thought it was a bit too early, but it doesn't matter anyway. The next
Evolution.
match, Evolution versus the Shield, and
10 out of
there's
10.
no point. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Best match of the night
They all died.
by
Um,
far.
Dead.
Let's
Even though I was a bit sad of the match result, because that was the only match that I predicted wrong. The only match I predicted wrong, but it was still a cool match. It was still a 10 out of 10 match. Can't take anything away from it.
if you guys can go on the network and watch it. Words can't describe it. It was perfect.
It was the most electrifying match in all of sports entertainment.
Now
It doesn't matter.
what they think.
Honestly though, I think Roman is our
Powerhouse.
He's OP.
Hang on. He's
Oh,
the next generation's
Rock.
Rock.
Yeah.
He is.
First it was Hulk Hogan, then Austin and Dwayne at the same time, and came John Cena, and then it's going to be Roman.
Yeah.
I think it.
Yeah.
All right.
That means that the Shield have been in probably the two best matches so far in the year.
Yeah.
Versus the Wyatts and versus Evolution. I mean, blows my mind. It blows my mind, these matches. But yeah, all 10 out of 10s, of course, for this match. And then the next match came around, and it wasn't a good one, to be honest.
Which one?
John Cena versus Bray Wyatt.
That was pretty good.
On paper, I thought it was going to be a sick match, but that
was very good.
Yeah, meh. It's meh.
I mean, it wasn't perfect, but it did its job. It
put over the story.
Storytelling. That's the thing that got it on point.
Yeah.
Not the rest, but just the storytelling.
That's it. Yeah. All right.
Little Johnny reminded me of myself. I want to say like 3
or 4 years ago. That was
so
weird, but it was so cool.
That was so weird. I predicted why it would win, of course, but I didn't know he was gonna win like that. And that was creepy. That was so creeps. They didn't even edit it. They just made it look like it was his voice, but it wasn't.
They should just put his regular voice, in my opinion. It would have sounded more like Ron. It would have been a lot cooler.
And yeah, it would have sounded a lot cooler and a lot more believable. But yeah.
When Tom said it was Sister Abigail.
Yeah.
But yeah, just and the fact that someone made a joke on Twitter like you can't pin John Cena because Bray didn't even pin him. He just walked out of the cell. So even if he pinned him, he would have kicked out too. So there's no point.
Yeah.
So yeah, that match, I'd give it a 5 out of 10. I'd be fair. Move it.
I would say 7 just because of it got Bray over very well.
Yeah, 6.
All right.
Next match was Paige versus Tamina Snuka. This match was
pretty good.
Pretty good, I guess. I guess so. Yeah, this match was pretty good, I guess.
Yeah. It made me think of growing up with like Trish and like Lita. Paige is gonna begin like a new generation of divas that everyone will actually give a shit about.
That she's gonna start the whole anti-diva movement, basically.
What do you mean?
Like they're always calling her like the anti-diva, like the one that doesn't pose for pictures and stuff. She's anti all that, and I like that. It means she's a fighter. She's revolution, I guess.
We truly have hit the reality era. It's a new era in WWE. It's looking like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know she's gonna be like the model for all divas now.
Yeah. They kind of tried that with what's it called? AJ.
Oh yeah.
AJ.
Yeah, starting the whole new divas movement.
But yeah, I like that. I like Paige. Plus another God Save the Queen, another Norwich girl, another English girl. 2 championships. You might as well call this pay-per-view England rules instead of Extreme rules. To be honest. But yeah, another victory for England, and the match was cool in itself, and I would give it a 6 out of 10. To be honest, yeah.
I would say 6.5.
5.5.
Yeah, and the next match, and you gotta understand my stream was lagging hard, I could see it, but it was lagging hard. So the next match was Daniel Bryan versus Kane, the main event of Extreme Rules, the last match. And this match was actually alright. It started off slow. Well, I say slow.
Yep.
But it started off fast, but it was kind of boring.
To Kane's pace. It was at Kane's pace.
It was at Kane's pace. But then they brought it up a bit. And I guess it finished on a good note. In my eyes. I mean, It had everything.
Oh, I thought about the old games.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That is WWE 2K15. That has to be it right there.
Yeah.
If it has all those moments, it'd be much more better.
And so it started off with like Daniel Bryan just running out, attacking Kane, and then it started from there. And then I think Kane tried to tombstone him on a steel steps. It didn't work. Then they went backstage and stuff like that. It was all crazy. I was saying like SmackDown versus Raw 2008 backstage brawl, because that's basically what it was. And then wow, and then Daniel Bryan got chokeslammed through the announce table. I mean, it was all crazy. So many spots in that match. So many good spots.
What?
Wait, go on.
Mike Chioda continuously saying, "Take it back in the ring." That just, I don't know, that bugged me.
I mean, he is a great referee.
He sells the moments, yeah.
Been there forever.
Mm-hmm.
So I honestly don't care what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't really matter. And then a big moment hit. I didn't actually see it because it started lagging, but I know what actually happened. I saw Kane set the table on fire, but I didn't.
Oh my gosh!
But after
what?
I saw him through the table, but I didn't see him go through the table, which kind of pisses me off a bit.
I did. I think I did.
Yeah, Bryan shook the ropes or something, and then he fell off. I was hoping he would bounce off the rope and hit the running knee, and Kane would fly through the table.
That'd be cool.
That's what I was hoping.
But yeah, that was a mark-out moment. Because I haven't seen a flaming table in a while now.
Yeah.
Forever. And all I was thinking at that moment was, of course, Extreme Moments, WWE 2K14 Extreme Moments by the man, Tom Cushnie. That's all I was thinking about at that moment. And yeah, that was a good moment. Mark out moment, obviously. And then of course Kane gets back in the ring, flying knee, 1, 2, 3.
Oh wait, no, that guy totally just gave zero fucks what Kane said.
Yeah.
Kane told him, stop. What the hell are you doing, man? He's clearly out.
And I saw someone on Twitter say, Kane versus the fire extinguisher guy at Payback. I'd love to see that. But yeah, and I heard another comment on Twitter saying, so Kane survives going through a flaming table, but he doesn't survive the flying knee. Basically.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but I'll go with it, of course. And that's what ended the show, really. It ended confusingly, kind of early to end it, but well, that was the show, basically.
Yep. It was a great pay-per-view. Overall.
Wait, before we talk about the whole show, we have to ratings for the Daniel Bryan Kane match.
9.999999999.
Yeah.
10.
It was really.
Yes,
well,
it was freaking perfect, man.
That's your opinion, but I would give it a 9. Yeah, I would give it a 9.9. It wasn't the Shield evolution, but
yeah. I mean,
it was still.
Damn it! No. There were 2 10 out of 10s.
It was still a cool match. I mean, 9.9 is a high score. It's a really high score. It just doesn't get that extra 0.1 in my eyes.
Yeah.
Just because of Kane's pace. That's it. If it went faster, then it would get a 10 out of 10. But
Kane's old. What do you want from him?
I don't know. It's just me nitpicking. That's it.
Going as fast as he possibly could, man.
While still trying to keep his character as the devil's favorite demon, which I really like him going back to, by the way.
Yeah.
And it would be extra cool if he came back as the 1994 Kane, to be honest, just for this match, because it was a sick match.
It definitely felt like when he debuted.
Yeah. Mhm. So yeah, I give it 9.9. There's 2 9.9s, 1 10. So I guess that's it for all the matches. Now, an Extreme Rules score on the cards.
Like
for the whole show.
Grade?
Yeah, overall grade.
9.5, and I haven't thought.
Yeah, I'd give
any pay-per-view was good. Well, this good since like 2008. So.
Yeah, I this one surprised me a bit because I saw the match card and I thought, yeah, that looks decent, I guess. But the whole pay-per-view, when I watched it, it was more than decent. So I'd give it the same score. I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I mean, can't go wrong there.
Yeah. Before I give my score, I want to say ever since they started doing the pay-per-views live on the network, the quality of them, I think comparing them to last year, they have gone way up and above.
What you talk about? Pay-per-views?
Yeah, the quality of the matches and everything, it's increased from last year.
Been awesome.
And then basing everything from the logo, absolute shit, to the set, to the crowd, to the matches, to the commentating, to everything, I'm going to have to give it a straight 9.
Well, that's all 9s basically. All 9s for this pay-per-view. That's actually way bigger than what I gave WrestleMania, but yeah.
What did you give WrestleMania?
Well, I originally gave it a 4 out of 10, and then I changed. And then I changed my mind because I thought that's too low. That I was just pissed off on the night. So, and then
I remember. Yeah.
And then I went back and I fixed my mistakes and I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Well, that ain't bad then. But honestly, the pay-per-view was better. So.
Yeah, to be honest, I just needed some time to calm down. But yeah, this pay-per-view was definitely better in my opinion.
I truly think that WWE should go back to a brand split and have brand specific pay-per-views.
Yeah.
We had that discussion, yeah.
Yeah. Then you can progress these the people better than just pumping them out.
Mhm. We gotta get Verge on that and have a interview type thing video on that because that was a good discussion we were having.
Definitely.
Cheap plug about the WrestleMania 30 rating. A link to my WrestleMania 30 review with the J-Man will be down in the description below. Cheap plug there.
Yeah, and their channels will be in the description below, of course. Of course.
Thanks a lot, man.
It's alright, it's alright. It's alright. And plus, one day, when I get my capture cards, which I've ordered, but one day I need I need to add you to my Hall of Fame because it's a bit empty at the moment.
Sounds good, dude.
Sounds good. And yeah, that's been your average game of the J-Man with
Skinny Bone Jones.
I kept 54.
And wishing you a happy day. Hope you enjoyed Extreme Rules. If you did, comment it down below. If you enjoyed our views, then you like the video. And if you're new around here, subscribe to either one of our channels. And this has been the J-Man here. And peace out.